Pokemon Platinum, I can only use Ghost types. I start out with Mischievous. And hey, you might notice that and since it's the first fight, I just sideway with the death randomly, just because I was a random damage and you can't hit me yet. So yeah, that's how it ends. And also, if you notice that my Mischievous' gender changes from like this clip to the next one, yeah, don't worry about that because, well, you know, the game crashed not too long ago, so I had to restart it. And second level fight, it's also the same as the first level fight. It's just sidewave, since they can't hit me. Alright, time to fight Leader Rourke. I'm level 16, I started with Confuse Ray, but he used Rock Throw and then snapped out of Confusion. Lucky bastard, doesn't even hit himself once. I spite him down, then Sidewave. He Stealth Rocks, since he can't do anything else besides Rock Throw, I killed him out. Next up is Rampardos. I try to confuse him, hits me in Pursuit. I go for Astonish to flinch, it hits himself, and he takes me out in another Pursuit afterwards. Alright, I'm level 20. I confuse our Geodude again, but like before, Rock Throw, then I Spite, and hits me Rock Throw again. I Spite, hits me Rock Throw again. And then, there we go. If you Astonish, just take it out. I just ran out of Rock Throw PP. Alright, next up is his Cranidos. I start out with confusing it, and then he pursued me. I Astonished, hit himself. I Astonished again, he healed. Another more Astonished to come out. Last up is his Onix. A Sidewave, and a couple Sidewaves did it in. Alright, now it's time to fight, this person. And, well, there's going down to one Psybeam, and our Perugly can only hit me with Fan Attack, and a couple Psybeams did it in after I confused it. Nice easy. Alright, since it's Friday, I caught Drifblim, named it Rebecca, and also in the forest, I caught a Ghastly, named it Morty. Alright, Erica, I lead off with Morty. 3 Nightshades took out her Turtwig as he sets up a Reflect and Slutty Day. Next up is her Cherum. I decided to stay in and Nightshade it as a safeguards. A couple Nightshades took it out, hits me with a Magical Leaf. Alright, then last up is a Roserade. I knew Morty was going to win, so I used a Curse on it. I survived Magical Leaf with 1 health instead of Curse on it. This is now Drifblim. I started gusting it down. It eats its berry, but then, but gusts and curses, Roserade falls, and we get the Erica's Gym Badge. Alright, time to fight Jupiter. Psybeam one shot to Zubat. Next up is our Perugly. I send out Morty to put a Curse on it as it takes me out of Night Slash. Next up is his... Send out Rebecca. Starting to sound congested. I'm sick. And I confused Ray with Megumin. And then it hit itself. Then it hit itself again. Took it out with Curse. Alright, time to fight Fantina. She leads off with Duskull. I start Astonishing it down to a Pursuit. She do Astonish down. It burns me. And take it out to Astonish. Miss Mages comes in and sweeps my entire team with Shadow Ball. With Sucker Punch doing a good amount of damage after eating its berry, it took out the rest of my team with Shadow Balls. Once again, sorry for me. It's being sounding congested and shit. Alright, time for a rematch. Level 30. I Astonished, critical one-shot to get our Duskull. I survived a Shadow Ball with Rebecca, but an Astonished nothing, and I was got taken out. I send out Morty to use Sucker Punch. Barely don't take it out. Takes Morty out the Shadow Ball. And then Megumin went down fighting. It actually survived a Shadow Ball, but it could take it out. Alright, back at level 33 now. Ominous Wind one shots for Duskull. I sent out my Morty to hit it with Shadow Ball, and I took it out one shot. Then last up is her Haunter, and a Shadow Ball takes it out one shot. My god, that was annoying. Alright, time to fight Barry. This is off Staravia. I lead off with Rebecca. 2 Gusts did it in as he tries to raise his accuracy. Next up is his Prinplup. I stayed in and just Ominous Winded it. 2 Ominous Winds takes it out. I just get the boost too. Ponytail goes down to an Ominous Wind. And last up is his Roselia. Gust one-shots it. Alright, I went back to caught a Rotom, because, you know, I missed that. Then I also caught Duskull. Alright, next up is Maylene. I lead off with my Rotom Spook. Ominous Wind one-shots minutes height. Next up is my Choke. I Confuse Ray it as it uses Rock Tomb. And then I start going for Shockwaves. 2 Shockwaves. Couple Shockwaves, take it out. Last up is Lucario. I send out Spoopy to Shadows. I don't know why, to Confuse Ray it. I don't know why I sent out Spoopy or think about it, but it takes me out 2 Metal Claws. He gets the boost. Fucking ass. Then I use Curse on Haunter. Take it out, takes me out the Metal Claw. Gets the boost again. I send out Rebecca. Metal Claw almost kills me. I use Gust. Then he takes me out another Metal Claw, but Curse takes it out. Yay! Alright, so to fight Barry. He leads off Staravia. I lead off with Spoopy. I have to try to hit with Confuse Ray, but a double team. So I swapped out the Spook. Couple Shockwaves did it in. Next up is his Prinplup. Couple Shockwaves did it in. Roselia, I gusted it, but it Leech Seeded me, so that was fun. It wasn't able to eat another Gust because of Leech Seed, but I take it out eventually with Gust. Alright, next up is his, last up Ponyta. I hit it with 2 Shadow Balls, taking it out, and now I'm the champion. Hooray, right people? Right. Alright, now it's time to face Crasher Wake. Honestly, one of my favorite gym leaders. I love him. Alright, I lead off with Spook. Shockwave one-shot to Gyarados. Next up is Floatzel. I eat a Crunch. Oh, not intended. I hit it with Shockwave, almost killed it. It takes me out with an Aqua Jet. Shadow Ball takes out Floatzel. Then last up is Quagsire. A couple Shadow Balls take it out. After it hits me with Rock Tomb. Alright, time to fight Barry on the drawbridge. He leads off with Oh no, Cyrus, I meant. Sorry, I forgot about this fight. I will up his Sneasel, then I hit it with the Confuse Ray. I took it out. I Shadow Punched it. He Ice Punches me, and I do damage to him. I use Shockwave to take out his Sneasel as he heals. Then he eventually falls to a couple Shockwaves and the burns. Shockwave one-shots his Murkrow. Last up is Golbat. A couple Shockwaves did it in. This is what happens when you don't have a script, people. You fuck up like that. Alright, time to fight Barry. This time Staraptor Barry. Shockwave. 2 shots of Staraptor after he uses Double Team. Next up is his Heracross. I Confused Ray it. And I Shockwave it. He's been Night Slash. I Shockwave again, taking him out. Next up is Empoleon. I Shockwave it. He hits me down to 3 HP. Shockwave takes it out. Last up is Roserade. I send out Megumin. And he goes for Toxic Spikes. I go for Psybeam. Last up is Rapidash. I stayed in. A couple Shadow Balls did it in. Alright, time to fight Byron. A fight I was worried about since Steel resists Ghosts in this gen. I start out with Morty. I use Shadow Ball, upgrade to red. Then I Shadow Ball his Magneton again. Take it in that. Next up is his Bastiodon. Send out Spoopy. I use Will-O-Wisp on it. It's a Stone Edge. Then I switch out to Morty to hit it with the Curse. I go down because of the Curse. I send out. Now, next up, I send out Megumin just to stall it out, and eventually does die to Curse and Burn. I last up Steelix, and I just started Shadow Balling it down, and I eventually won the firefight. It was annoying though, because he healed. I had to send out Spoopy for a bit, Shadow Punch, Burn. It was literally just a stall fest. I eventually won. But god damn, Steelix is a wall and a monster. Alright, next up is time to fight Saturn. He leads off with Golbat, lead off with Spook. Shockwave, 1 shot, 2 shots, his Golbat. Next up is his Bronzor. I Shockwave it. He uses Iron Defense. I Shockwave. He goes for Rock Tomb. I have another Shockwave. Last up is his Bat. So I send out Megumin. And I take it out with the Psybeam. Toxicroak, that's what I was thinking. Alright, time to fight Perugly bitch back at the lake. Shockwave will shot her Golbat. Next up is her Bronzor. I used Ominous Wind. I got the boost. She uses Iron Defense. I go for Ominous Wind again. She uses Gyro Ball. I take it out with another Ominous Wind. Next up is her Perugly. I use Gust. She goes for Feint Attack. I go for Gust. She goes for Feint Attack. And you basically Rochambeau, so I take her out with the Gust. Alright, call Snorunt. I name it Candace. Alright, speaking of Candace, we're fighting Candace. Focus Blast, 1 shot her Sneasel. Next up is her Frostlass. I send out my Frostlass. I take it out with 2 Shadow Balls. I think I have the Shadow Ball. Luckily hitting 2 of them. Alright, and next up is her Piloswine. I send out Spoopy. I hit it with the Will-O-Wisp. He goes for Earthquake. I start going for Shadow Punch. She heals eventually, causing me to go down. Then I send out Rotom, knowing since I can't really do much to my Rotom. I go for... He goes for Avalanche, so taking me out. I hit it with the Astonish. I check it out with the Shadow Ball. This up to her Abomasnow. I hit it with the Focus Blast, and that was Candace. Alright, time to fight Cyrus. He's off Sneasel, I leave off Morty. He goes for Screech, a Focus Blast, 1-shots it. This up to his Honchkrow. I send out Rotom. Rotom goes for a few Shockwaves. He hits me with Feint Attack. I take it out. I send out Candace. I take it out with an Ice Beam. Alright, next up is her Crobat. I stay in. I go for Ice Beam. Bring it to that much, and I hit with an Ice Shard, taking it out. Alright, time to fight Saturn again. He's off with Golbat. I Shockwave it. Next up is his... After a few Shockwaves, if he hits off Confusion, it's a Bronzor, but I'm still confused, so I hit myself. He's made Shadow Ball, so I switch out. Send out Rebecca, I Shadow Ball it, Shadow Balls me, I Shadow Ball it Shadow Balls me, and I take it out with another Shadow Ball. Next up is Toxicroak. I decided to stay in, but he hits me with Feint Attack, takes me out. I send out Megumin, hits me with Feint Attack, he takes me out. I send in Spoopy, he hits me with Feint Attack, I have Will-O-Wisp him, he hits me another Feint Attack, I Shadow Punch, I use Shadows to do damage on him. As my last turn, I take him out. Alright, time for this most annoying fight, Double Battle Fight. So basically, as usual, Barry was fucking useless most of the fight, stockpiling and swallowing when he had 75% health, I might add. But I digress. Most of my TMH does go down to the skunk tank, but I burn it with Dusknoir early on, so later on it's better. And basically, I eventually win. And Barry takes out some Pokemon because he actually is kind of useful when he wants to be. Except when he wants to swallow at 75% health. My god. See? He just did it. Alright. Then I sent out Candace, but Blizzard 2 times in a row missed the same Golbat, so I was left alive. Took me out. I sent out Spoopy. He goes for Slash. I go for Confuse Ray. He paralyzes with Body Slam, and I just took it out with a few Shockwaves. And he takes it out in a close combat. Alright, time to fight Cyrus. I lead off with Megumin. I use Power Gem, and 2 Power Gems to take out his Houndoom. He sends a Honchkrow, he takes me out with the Night Slash after hitting it with an Ice Beam. I send out Spoop, 2 Shockwaves did it in. Next up is Weavile. I send out Spoopy, I hit it with Will-O-Wisp, then I go for Accuser Try, it hits me with Night Slash, I barely live with Gengar, Focus Blast one-shots it. That was lucky. Ooh, that's why I needed to burn it. Next up is Crobat, he poisons Spoopy, I take it out with a few Shockwaves. Then last up is Gyarados. I stayed in, hit it with a Shockwave, but Waterfall brought me down to 2 health and I died. I send out Rebecca, he heals. He takes me out with the Nice Fang. I send out Megumin, I use Shockwave, and I take him out. Alright, time to fight the final gym leader, Volkner. He leads off with Jolteon, I lead off with Morty. 2 Shadow Balls, it hits me with this Thunder Wave and a Charge Beam. Next up is his Luxray. I decided to sack off Morty. Send out Megumin. A few Shadow Balls, it hits me with a Crunch. Next up to Electivire, I send out Spoopy to burn it. Uses Thunder Punch on me, paralyzes me. And then I use Shadow Sneak to do damage. I send out Candace. It burns me with a Fire Punch. He heals. I go for Ice Beam for damage. He takes me out the Fire Punch. I send out Spook. He uses Fire Punch and burns it again. Every time he uses an Elemental Punch, he chance to get a static move. He got it. And I take it out with Shadow Ball with Megumin. Next up's Raichu. I hit it with 2 Shadow Balls before going down. Then I send out Drifblim, barely survived the Charge Beam, took him out with a Shadow Ball, and that was Volkner. My god. Alright, final berry fight. He's off a Star Raptor. I lead off with Candace. Blizzard one-shots it. Next up is his Rapidash. I Shadow Ball it, he Fire Blasts me. I Shadow Ball it again, taking it out. Taking it out, sorry. Next up is Empoleon, another Destiny Bond, by the way. I use Discharge. He gets a critical Shadow Claw on me, taking me out. I send out Megumin. I use Shockwave on it, finishing it off. His Roserade, I Psybeam it as he Shadow Balls me. 2 Psybeams, take it out. Next up is his Heracross. I decide to stay in to hit it with the Psybeam. They take it out by a Night Slash. I send out Drifblim and go for Gust, and Gust takes it out. Yeah, Drifblim level 50. Still knows Gust. Don't ask me why. Alright, last up Snorlax. I burn it, then I Confuse Ray it. As he crunches down Spoopy, I let Spoopy die. I send out Morty. I go for Destiny Bond. He hits himself, so I just go for Focus Blast to finish him off. Alright, to fight Aaron. Lead off with Spook. Discharge one-shots his Yanmega. Next up is Caesar. I send out Spoopy to burn it, but I missed my first Will-O-Wisp. I hit him with the next one. Then I send out... My apologies. I'm sorry about that. But yeah, I was going to take out Caesar with Gengar, then Heracross. I took out with a few Gusts. Next up is Drapion. He Ice Fangs me. The Spoopy, I burn him. Then I Confuse Ray him. Then I start to Shadow Sneak him. I'm sacking off Spoopy to do damage. And he actually does get down to his berry, which is nice. But then I eventually do get taken out by an Ice Fang. So now Candace, he heals. I go for Blizzard. So I take him out with an Ice Beam. Last up is Vespiquen. I go for Ice Beam. He goes for Defend Order. One last Ice Beam takes him out. Alright, to fight Bertha. She leads off with Whiscash. I Shadow Ball it. He uses Aqua Tail. No Shadow Ball takes it out. Next up is her Powdon. I go for Blizzard and I one-shot it. Next up is her Golem. I go for Blizzard, but I miss. I go for Blizzard this time, and then I take him out. Next up is right here. I go for Blizzard, almost kill it. He eats a berry, takes me out with Earthquake. I send out Morty. I go for Shadow Ball to finish it off. Last up is her Gliscor. I burn it with Spoopy. I missed the first one. She hits me with Earthquakes. I hit it with Will-O-Wisp. I go for Shasky to do damage. Takes me out with an Earthquake. Then I send out Morty. I take it out with the Shadow Ball. Alright, time to fight Flint. He leads off with Houndoom. I Power Gem. He hits me with Dark Pulse. I Power Gem him again. I take him out. Next up is his Flareon. I decided to stay in, just go for Shadow Ball and a Power Gem to do damage. Takes me out with Overheat. I send out Morty. He heals. I go for Shadow Ball. Then I get taken out with the critical Sludge Bomb. Next up is Rapidash. I just continue to Sludge Bomb it. Hits me with Flare Blitz. Almost taking itself out of recoil. No Sludge Bomb. Takes it out. Next up is Infernape. He goes for Flare Blitz on Spoopy. He burns me. I hit it with Confuse Ray. And then he takes me out with another Flare Blitz. This is Rebecca. He hits me with Flare Blitz again. I go for Fly, and Fly takes him out. Next up is Magma Order. I go for Destiny Bond. Takes me out with Thunderbolt. And since Destiny Bonded, Magmar goes down too. Magma Order emit. Alright, Will. Shadow Ball one-shots Mr. Mime with Morty. Next up is Bronzong. Send out SP. I send out Megumin. Hits me with Shadow Ball. I hit it with Shadow Ball. And almost take it out. He heals. I hit it with Shadow Ball again. Then I just sack and I take it out. Next up is Bronzong. I send out Spoopy. I burn it. Then I start Shadow Punching it. He hits me with Psychic. Another 2 Shadow Punches plus the burn. Take it out. Next up is Alakazam. I Shadow Sneaked it to bring it to red. He Psychics me. I send out Spook. He heals. I go for Ominous Wind. Hits me with Psychic. I go for Ominous Wind. I take him out. Next up is Gallade. I go for Ominous Wind to do damage. Hits me with Leaf Blade. I send out Morty. I go for Destiny Bond. I take him out because he takes me out with Psycho Cut.
Alright, time to fight Cynthia. She's off with Spiritomb, Shadow Ball, Critical Shadow Ball one-shots her Whimsicott. Not Whimsicott, whatever the fuck that thing's called. I start Shadow Balling her my low tick, but Mega Mode down to a Mirror Coat plus a Dragon Pulse. I discharge to finish it off. Next up to Lucario. I send out Spoopy to burn it. He hits me with Shadow Ball. Then I decide to go for Confuse Ray. Then I go for Shaft to do damage, and Spoopy falls to Stone Edges. Next up is Spook. I go for Discharge to finish it off. Next up for Garchomp. I send out Candace. It goes for Earthquake. I go for Ice Beam. I take it out in one shot. Next up is her Roserade. I go for Ice Shard to do damage. And then I get taken out by an Extra Sensory. I send out Rebecca. She goes for Extra Sensory. I go for Fly. Fly takes out Roserade. Then last up is Togekiss. I go. It takes me out. It takes Drifloon out with a few Shockwaves. And I take it out with Explosion. Alright, that was Pokemon Platinum dealing with Ghost types. That was a lot harder and easier. So just challenges for the future. I'll see y'all next time. See ya.
Subscribe to my Kiko.